so we should be alright. It says it's upcoming for some bizarre reason. Let's give us 1 second, guys. There we go, we're up and running. Try to make sure I'm heard. Yeah, so we are up and running. I do apologise for that, ladies and gents. Just turned out the stream was just having a bit of a hissy fit with me, but we are up and running. I'll go through tonight's format as well as the well, not the grid, but we'll go well as go who's here and who isn't here tonight. But yeah, I'll introduce myself in a minute as well for you guys. Just gonna copy the stream into various places and then we'll get into the action for tonight. Just give me 1 second. So yes guys, I do apologise for that. How are we doing? So yes guys, welcome to Thursday Night Racing League. This is the PlayStation 4 lobby. And yes, we are at the Circuit de Barcelona, Catalonia. How are we doing in sunny Spain? It is baking hot at the moment, like it was in Laguna Seca 2 weeks ago for these guys. These guys ran 2 weeks ago at Laguna Seca, WeatherTech Raceway, Laguna Seca, just to be precise. But how is everyone doing? It's been a while since the guys have been out on track for the PlayStation 4 lobby, but we are here as home of the Spanish Grand Prix, but also for the Fantech GT Championship. But we are here for what could be a very epic night of racing. Of course, I'm your host Hoppers in the commentary box, and it's good to be back. As I say, there was a lot of action at WeatherTech Raceway Laguna Seca. That, you know, things had happened. There was a lot of contact, a lot of argy-bargy, and I kind of nearly lost my way on stream as well as after the race. And I do apologise if anyone got the brunt of my outburst. You know, it wasn't the best, and I do sincerely hope, you know, you guys stick around for tonight. Tonight is the first of two sprint race rounds. We do have, of course, one other later on in the season, but we do have, of course, two 35-minute sprint races tonight. It is not an hour and 15-minute endurance like it has been for the last two meetings, Silverstone and of course WeatherTech Raceway Laguna Seca, but we now have two 35-minute races here at Circuit de Barcelona and Catalonia for round number 3 of the championship. It is round number 3. It is going to be a scorcher. As I say, 5 minutes of qualifying is another factor for tonight for both races. Hopefully we do get drivers in for driver interviews after the second race tonight, because I want to hear some thoughts and opinions of how people's race has gone tonight as well, and who knows what's going to happen. We do have, as I say, I think it's around 12 people racing tonight, which I don't know exactly what's going on at the minute with the grid size. You know, we do have a lot of people signing up. I know for a fact Stefano Marchetto, aka Momolotto, he is not going to be racing tonight, and I believe he's not going to be racing the rest of the PS4 season. I think he might be. I don't know whether he's racing the rest of the PS4 season, but he is going, I think he's due to get on PlayStation 5, so he's going to be probably joining them. So we may not see the Italian stallion in the Audi R8. He had a torrid time at WeatherTech Raceway Laguna Seca last time out, obviously with a lot of control issues, but he may be back for another time. He may jump in the commentary box with me at some point but at the moment it's hard to tell what's going on. So as I say, we are here at Catalonia for the third round of the championship, but we'll go through who's here on at the moment then for what will be potentially the first sprint race meeting of the season. I'm trying to remember where else we go for the sprints, but I think it was Mazzano. I think I'll just double check the calendar in a minute. But we've got, of course, Chris Allen setting the pace at the moment in the Ferrari, the 28 Ferrari, the green machine, with a 146.8 at the moment. He is there. Then you've got Yurik, I believe that's how you pronounce it, or Jorik. I do apologise, butchering people's names. It's not my speciality, I do apologise. Came into the championship at Laguna last time out. Bit of a steep learning curve for the rookie, but he is back tonight for another crack, and hopefully he does very well in the Balfour Motorsport McLaren. He is, I believe he's now on a CSL loaded pedals, and I think there is a new steering wheel for him, so hopefully he does well tonight. As I say, it's going to be a very topsy-turvy night of racing, especially for 2 35-minute sprint races, because they do come thick and fast, especially in that 5-minute qualifying session as well. But they have in the Bentley, so the first the Bentley Continental GTs, the 574, beg your pardon, Bentley Continental GT. But he thunders his way round the Spanish circuit. You can hear that car a mile off. Then we have, of course, DC Joe in the Porsche. I think he's now changed from what he was in to the Porsche, unless he was in the Porsche originally. I can't remember that far back. I think he was actually in the Ferrari to start with, but now he's gone to the Porsche. Don't know why. Maybe it's just the Porsche is a better car and better handling. If you are watching the stream, couldn't get my words out, I do apologise, tongue twisted. If you are watching the stream, do give me a hello, because I'm interested to interact with my viewers. But if you don't, that's fine. You don't have to. But I believe we do have 5 people watching the stream, so thanks, guys. I'm earlier than planned, but I thought, well, might as well. I've been set up for a bit, and I might as well come on streaming. And we've got Ace Stansland. He is in the Ferrari, the red Ferrari, so we're looking to see what Stansland can do tonight. I believe he's new, so he is going to be one to watch tonight. Then, of course, got Lemos, the Season 5 runner-up, currently championship leader though, after a exciting 2 races at Silverstone and, of course, Laguna Seca. So it's going to be very amazing to see how well he does tonight. Just watching what he will do. Then, of course, we've got James, aka Jomar, literally on course to try and get a race win under his belt this week, or 2 race wins, because obviously with 2 sprint races. But he is currently the reigning champion. Hasn't had the best of times recently in that Ferrari. I think he's slowly getting back to adapting, but he's been thereabouts. But to be the reigning champion and not had a race win yet is yet to be seen, but we will soon find out tonight as well. But who knows what will happen. Then we have the likes of Slow Wolf, as Lemos and, of course, Jeremiah go 1-2 on the times. We've got Slow Wolf thereabouts, I believe. DC Joe is just either disconnected or just gone getting into the Ferrari, I believe. I'm not too sure, but hopefully we get bigger numbers tonight. As I say, it's a bit unfortunate if the numbers are low at the moment as well. Seeing how many people we've actually got on stream at the moment. We've got 3 on stream watching the stream. As I say, we'll go through who isn't here at the moment, because we do have a few people unfortunately missing tonight, which is a bit unfortunate really, because of how things go. I believe it is now 11 people. Yeah, so 11 people are meant to be on track, which hopefully, you know, provides good racing for the 2 35-minute races that are currently through practicing. So the likes of we're expecting Zedek Vortel, I do apologise. Yeah, DC Joe's now gone in the Ferrari. I think he realised he was in the Porsche, but maybe he just wanted to be in the Porsche for testing. But that's fair enough. So we do have, of course, Zdenek Vortel, and then of course Skyfu to be in. EW's actually in, so he was I'm not sure he was making it, but he's actually making it here in the 38 Porsche. So hopefully he has a better time than he did at Laguna Seca. It looked like he was struggling a lot, and especially when that curb spat him out, when he was batting between the likes of Mambo and of course Stefano Marchetto. But that provided some great entertainment. So the people that are missing tonight then are, of course, Peter Captain Slow is meant to be making it. It depends if Peter makes it. If Peter makes it, he's suffering a bit of an injury that he's picked up at work, unfortunately, but he may be racing. We'll see how he gets on. GL Limitless isn't making it, Mambo isn't making it, Stefano Marchetto isn't making it, Thirsty Bucher isn't making it, and of course Yuri isn't making it, which is a bit unfortunate really, for the guys that are missing tonight, because it should have been a very epic night of racing for them. But you know, life comes first and things come first in life, and you know, it is how it is. But I'm looking forward to see how well things go, as we've got a few interesting lap times. Then Lemos is currently a 1:45.303 at the moment in that 24 Porsche. Is he going to try and make it 4 wins out of 4 at the moment here at Circuit Barcelona in Catalunya? That Porsche is actually on rails at the moment. As you can see, it's skating towards the latter half of the lap. But as I say, if you are watching the stream, guys, please do like and subscribe to Thursday Night Racing League. It would help these guys out massively, and it helped me massively with the stream as well. So yeah, as I was saying, where is the next sprint race? Because we do have 2 sprint races this season. I'm just trying to remember. It's not Mazzano, it's actually Imola, so I do apologise. Imola in a couple of weeks' time. So after tonight, we head to Germany, to the Nürburgring, home of the Nordschleife, but we won't be going on the Nordschleife because unfortunately ACCC does not have the Nürburgring Nordschleife. But that is the next endurance race in 2 weeks' time. Rumour has it though it is going to be wet, which is quite interesting to see exactly how well that pans out. Then we obviously go to Imola, then we go to Mazzano, and then Kyalami. Mazzano will be, no, not Mazzano, Imola will be the last sprint races of the championship of the season, and then we have 2 endurance races, the hour and 15-minute endurance races, to round off the season at Mazzano and of course Kyalami. But as I say, looking forward to seeing what's going to happen as Lemos hits the polystyrene boards. David Orr, hello mate, how are you? Go JMR race team. And time to crack up those racing slippers again. I was waiting for that to come in, mate. I was waiting for that to comment. But how are you, mate? Thank you for tuning in and leaving some nice comments, mate. Hope you're doing well. But yeah, as I say, so after tonight we go to Germany for the hour and 15-minute race at the Nürburgring, where it is going to be wet by the looks of it. It's probably going to be wetter than an Otter's Pocket. Can't even get my words out. Wetter than an Otter's Pocket, should I say, for the Nürburgring race. I'm looking forward to that one. Should be a cracker. I'm looking forward to tonight, seeing what tonight brings, because it is obviously 2 35-minute sprint races. Anything can happen. You know, they don't have to do tyres and fuel in mandatory pit stop. It could be tyres, it could be fuel. They won't tell me what their secrets are around here. They never do. But as I say, that will be interesting to see what will happen, as Lemos has gone a bit faster now. He's gone 1:45.204. So no, he's not. JMR has, I beg your pardon. That's because we're focusing on Lemos. But James has gone at 1:45.204. He's beat Lemos to a 0.099 of a second. That's close as you like, though, isn't it? But I believe Lemos is still on a faster lap. And then we've got Slow Wolf, then you've got Silverbeard, okay, Chris Allen, then you've got Yorik's gone faster. I'll tell you what, he's doing quite well than you wheels and pedals, I must admit. As I say, he was new to racing last week or the week before, and it kind of, you know, pre-race nerves and probably pre-race jitters as well got the better of him. But he's out here tonight. He's showing what that McLaren can do. That McLaren is actually a beast, I must admit. But I can't pick a race winner. I can't pick who's going to get pole position. That would be me being too biased. As I say, I will try and get the drivers in for a driver interview after the second sprint race. Just have a brief chat, see how the race went, how the evening's gone, and maybe thoughts going into the Nürburgring as well. But as you know, guys, you know, I'll give it all for commentary. Tonight should be okay. As I say, it was probably because it was narrow and tight, and in some places at Laguna Seca where people were kind of making mistakes and probably getting caught out and stuff like that. But it's all behind us now as Yurik goes actually off. I do apologise if I put him off, but you know, he's there. But you know, you got the likes of DC Joe coming through in the Ferrari, so he's gone into the right car. I think he tested the Porsche just to make sure the Porsche could be beatable in lap times. But you never know with what goes on with these setups. These guys won't tell me a setup. You know, they won't ever tell me their secrets. I don't know why they won't tell me their setup, but I don't like to ask as a commentator. But as DC Joe goes off at the first turn, I can't remember the turn names top of my head here at Barcelona, but as I say, it's absolute scorcher in the commentary box as well. It is out on track for these guys at the moment. But we do have hopefully a few more drivers in this evening. As I say, we've got 9 drivers at the moment, so it looks like a bit of a depleted grid as well for tonight as well, which is a bit unfortunate for Thursday Night Racing League. I think because there's a lot going on at the moment, obviously people at work and stuff like that. As I say, it's understandable. You know, I work Thursday mornings, and then Thursday nights are taken up by doing commentary here. But you know, I wouldn't have it any other way. If I was working, then yeah, there'd be no stream. But you know, these guys are going to give it their all tonight. I do think, though, looking at JMR's time, I think looking at James's time at the moment, with around 36 minutes to go till the 5-minute qualifying, the first 5-minute qualifying session of the evening, the 5 minutes of qualifying is going to go just like that. It's going to go as a flash. They're going to probably go out of pit lane, do their out lap, and then do a fast lap. Then probably, if they got time, go again. But it all depends, because you know, looking what's going on at the moment, with 36 minutes to go, you know, James is their fastest, but then you've got people that will probably push on. You know, looking at EW at the moment, he's down in, of course, 6th place at the moment. He's not had the best of time in that second Porsche, but the Porsches have been thereabouts. You know, they were thereabouts at Laguna Seca, they were thereabouts at Silverstone. There's a lot to it, and you know, I've commentated now on Thursday Night Racing League for quite some time, and I've seen race winners. We've been here in the dark, we've been here multiple times, and things do change. The weather at the moment, the weather looks like it's going to be hot, it looks like it's going to be baking, you know, but there is a way round here that, you know, jumping into the unknown territories, EW drifts it, you know, and 35 minutes to go until we get the first 5 minutes of qualifying for the first sprint race of the evening. It's going to be close as you like. It's going to be a battle probably right to the end. You know, I think the likes of Lemos and JMR are going to be pushing each other all the way. I think James wants that first win of the season. Personally, I think, you know, Lemos has had 2 race wins this season so far. But, you know, who knows what can happen. There is a lot of... I'm just going to sort out the audio at the moment, just to There we go. That should be better. Let's turn down the radio comms with the when they get the green light and everything, because we know when the light when the car's there. We have the commentary on the circuit commentary, but obviously for you guys at home, you've got me. So should be very interesting to see what's going to happen, because as I say, JMR's looking for his first race win of the season. When he won the championship last year, or I should say last season, it kind of evolved into a new kid on the block as such, as because we had Stefano Marchetto, who's not on the grid tonight. He's multiple champion of Thursday Night Racing League. Unfortunately he's not racing tonight, which is a big shame really, because I would have loved to have Stefano race, but you know, he's got other things on. Thank you, mate. Thank you for the corner names. I'll try and remember them as best as I can. I'm not the best at remembering without a circuit map. But thanks, mate. Much appreciated. I'll try and remember them if I can. So turn 1's Elf, Renault, Repsol, Seat, Worth, Campsa, Nissan, Lecaxa, Banca Disabel. I'll try and pronounce them as best as I can. You know, like obviously Lecaxa and Blanc Disabel. I'll try and remember them as best as I go on, mate. But thank you for that, much appreciated. It's me. I normally that prepared. You know, if I don't know the circuit that well, unfortunately, I don't do turn names, and it's a bit of a disadvantage for me. But thank you, mate. I appreciate that. But yeah, what was I going to say? So yeah, JMR's looking for his first race win of the season. Peter's just joined the lobby, so that's now 10 drivers. So it's going to be a bit of an interesting night of racing, I must admit. You know, with the likes of JMR and of course Lemos. But as I say, it looks like Lemos is going quicker this time round, because he's gone 0.039 of a second. So he's 39 tenths of a second to JMR at the moment, which can easily be understandable because JMR's in pit lane. So I think it's going to spice it up a bit this evening. I think we are going to be in for a treat for the 2 sprint races and the 2 5 minutes of qualifying. As I say, I'll try and go on board with the drivers. I'll try and throw her cameras around, and hopefully everything is sweet and everything gets to plan. But if you're new around here, guys, welcome in, because you are in for a treat of tonight's racing. I'm personally looking forward to what tonight brings. As I say, after 2 weeks ago at Laguna Seca, it kind of, the tempo of the race was okay, but then it was spread out. Lemos was leading and certain people were thereabouts. It's going to be there, you know, how things go, and I think, I guess Lemos goes a 144.808. You know, this is exactly what Lemos does. He's very quick off the mark. But you know, when the cars were equally spread out at Laguna Seca, I was flicking through the cars, and then when it got to a battle, then it got a bit heated, and then, you know, I think that's probably what happened with the tempo of the stream, and I kind of, you know, I don't want to say anything out of order, but I felt like, you know, there's stuff that wasn't just right, you know what I mean? It just had me a bit on edge. But looking forward to tonight, as I say. EW up to 3rd then, so it's a Porsche 1.3 at the moment. Could be a Porsche 1.2. You never know, anything can happen. But no, I'm not racing out there, if anyone wants to know. I'm not going to be racing out there. I couldn't race around here against these guys. These guys are way too quicker than I am. But yeah, so I'm just going to grab a quick drink, if you want to know anything in the comments, guys, do give me a question or do ask anything. I'm all for it. We've got the number 11 Bentley. I believe that is Skyfu, so he is making it as Lemos drifts it into the last few corners, but we'll see what happens as Skyfu is just joined. So GL Skyfu is just joined, so I'm just going to grab a quick drink. I'll be coming back very shortly and we will be getting ready, hopefully, for the 5 minutes qualifying very soon. So yeah, it's going to be a very interesting night. We've got, as I say, Slow Wolf in the 43 Bentley Continental currently on screen. Could be very interesting to see what Slow Wolf can do. I believe he was missing, I think he was there at Laguna, I can't remember. I was just trying to jog my memory who was there and who wasn't. But as I say, we've got 11 cars on track at the moment, well, potentially on track for this evening, which seems to be a good number. We do have the other Bentley, I think. Just looking, yeah, Captain Slow's changed his livery, so Pete's changed his livery to a yellowish, goldish yellow colour. So we'll see how well it does. It doesn't matter whether your livery changes as long as the car's the same, you see. But striking, it's a bit in your face when the sun glances on it though, but if he's happy with that, then he's happy with it. But as I say, Peter's actually suffering an injury at the moment, so we can see how well he does tonight. He said he's going to see how he gets on, he's going to battle through it. He says it's a good job it's sprint races than it is an hour and 15 minutes, so I think an hour and 15 minutes may be too much for him, but he's just coming through one of the turns. I think that is the Worth curve, I believe. I'm going to be terrible at remembering corner names tonight, so just to get that out there. But I appreciate people's help, and you know, I don't mind that. As we see Peter and of course Chris Allen have a bit of a battle. This could be mega for potentially what could happen in a race, but you also got Slow Wolf just behind. But yeah, it's, as I say, it's going to be a good night of racing so far. I think Chris Allen and of course Peter side by side though, so very clean so far. But as I say, Jeremiah is currently out on track. He is thereabouts, but we could see what's going to happen with 26 minutes left of free practice. It's the only free practice session they get, which is an hour long, which, believe it or not, they come on before the server has to reset at 7 o'clock just to make sure everything is hunky-dory with the server. Then they obviously, when it gets 7 o'clock, they have an hour of practice. Then they have, depending on whether it's a sprint or an endurance, if it's an endurance they have 10 minutes of qualifying, but if it's a sprint it's a 5 sharp blast qualifying for 2 sprint races. So they have a sprint race, then a qualifying, then another sprint, so 35 minutes, yeah, so it's roughly about 40 minutes overall, roughly about 80 minutes of racing this evening in total. So that includes obviously the 2 5-minute qualifying, then plus 2 35. Yeah, plus, I might have calculated that wrong. No, I'm right, no, I'm right, no, I'm right. I was right. Yeah, because 35 off 35 is 70. Yeah, so I am right. I just doubt myself, you know what I'm like. But yeah, it's going to be quick as you like tonight for the qualifying. 5 minutes of qualifying is going to be over and done with in a flash. I've seen it before where... Good evening, Clarky, how are you? James can't be going wide there, Port. Yeah. I wonder if he ever sees what you guys put on stream. But you know, James needs to push on to get that first race win of the season. It could be 2 from 2 tonight. You never know. He's pushing on, but as I say, we'll see what his last lap time was, shall we? It was a 1:45.774, but he's not far off getting towards Lemos's practice time. But yeah, it's very good. If you just join the stream, guys, welcome in to Thursday Night Racing League. You're probably wondering who this is. You're probably wondering who the voice is if you're new to the stream. Of course, it is the legendary and of course the one and only Hoppers in the commentary. As I say, I've been commentating on Thursday Night Racing League for quite some time now, and you know, we're back again for round number 3 of the season at the Circuit de Barcelona, Catalonia, in scorching hot Spain at the moment. By the looks of it, I hope the spectators have sun cream on, because if they don't, they are going to burn as the oh, Chris Allen, oh mate, a scary brown pants moment there as we saw the polystyrene boards go explode into thin air. But it's going to be very close to see what's going to happen. I say it's like coming to 22.5 minutes till we get qualifying up and running. Not too sure if it's going to be a formation lap tonight as well, because we went from, I believe we went from green at Laguna Seca, so, or was it, I think there was a formation lap. I'm trying to remember, I'm trying to jog my memory. But if there is a formation lap tonight, then they'll be going round the track. But I don't know, with it being a sprint race, I can't remember how it works. But we'll see how well things go. Then you got EW currently third at the moment. Then you got Yorick, and then of course Slow Wolf, DC Joe, Stansland, Chris Allen, Future Revenge, Peter, Skyfu are your 11 drivers tonight. But as I say, 11 drivers tonight isn't a bad thing. I was getting a bit concerned when I saw the sign-ups this evening. I was thinking, I hope there's a lot more, but we have to make do what we do. But at the end of the day, it doesn't matter, because commentary is very important. As EW gets a bit out of shape. I'm just making sure I'm still heard on stream, so if you hear me twice, I just try to make sure I'm still heard on stream, because I don't have the sound on, so I don't know whether I'm still commentating. But yeah, so we've got some interesting moments coming up. We've got, of course, Nürburgring coming up in 2 weeks' time. That's going to be interesting, especially with it being wet. It depends when that rain comes in that race. Last time I commentated on a race around the Nürburgring, it rained at the halfway mark, which I think it was actually season 3, maybe season 2, Thursday Night Racing League, where a certain Mix 64 in the Lexus RCF, the underrated Lexus RCF, went. He led the race at the halfway mark just as the rain started, pushed on, burnt his tyres out, got into pit lane, put wets on. I think he still won the race as well, believe it or not. So it just shows how quick things are going. But if you are new in the stream, guys, welcome in. Please do like and subscribe to Thursday Night Racing League. It's going to help me massively. It'll help you guys massively watching the streams and getting these guys noticed. I'll try and read the chat as much as I can if people leave a comment. But obviously when the race starts and qualifying starts, I doubt I'll read every comment. But I'll try my best for you guys. And ladies that are out there. So yeah, if you're wanting to join Thursday Night Racing League as a race, obviously head to Discord or head to the Facebook page if the link to the Facebook page is there, or Discord is. Tell them Hoppers sent you, tell them the legendary Hoppers commentator sent you, and I'm sure they will let you in. If they don't let you in, tell them you have to have words with me about it. I'm kidding. But yes, as I say, It's great to be back in the comms box. I'm ready for tonight as well. I'm going to admit some on stream here, and I normally don't admit things on stream. Over the last couple of days, just while these guys are practicing and just keeping an eye on times, over the last couple of days, I felt a bit anxious about coming on to do commentary tonight. I don't know why. It was for no reason, and I think after what I saw at Laguna kind of set me in that tone, and it's the first time for a bit that I've been like this. And I think because obviously, you know, yes, okay, it's a game, but then there's a championship fight. But when I saw quite a lot of incidences at Laguna that weren't very nice and potentially were stupid moves, should we say, it left me feeling a bit anxious about tonight, because I was wondering how tonight would go. But tonight so far is going to plan. The admin put in a lot of hard work to get this championship up and running, you know, and I think, you know, without the admin and without these guys racing, I wouldn't be commentating, there wouldn't be a stream. But if I wasn't here, I feel like I'm gonna sneeze, so give me 1 second. But yeah, as I say, they'd still race if I wasn't able to commentate. But if these guys weren't taking part in the race, then I wouldn't be commentating. So, you know, I feel like I've got to give a lot of things back, you know what I mean? So, looking at it right now, I think Lemos is going to try and get away with a race win, maybe pole position tonight. I think Jamar will push him, but James needs to push to get past, not literally push him off track, but literally try and push match his time or get better to get pole position. We'll use these two as top example because they are, I think, the 1-2 in the championship, so a lot's going on. But looking at the likes of EW in the second Porsche, you know, he needs to push on to get where he is, so Edu needs to push on. It kind of sets the tone, because people say the Porsches are mighty quick. They are mighty quick, and it's quite amazing to see what happens. The only thing is, and stopping the Porsches getting a 1-2 at the moment, is James in his Ferrari. But then you've got, of course, Stansland in the other Ferrari, the number 4 Ferrari. I think he's now taking over Stefano Marchetto's number, so that might explain a few things, but he's in the red Ferrari. Then of course you've got Skyfu in the number 11 Bentley Continental, the grey and yellow. Very striking livery is that. And of course you've got Joe Rink in the McLaren, so the McLaren, the Balf Motorsport British GT liveried McLaren. Let me get that out there. In the number 22 McLaren, of course, Slow Wolf in the 43 Bentley Continental, so the metallic blue and silver. Was it grey? I think it's grey, but we'll class it as silver. And of course, red Bentley Continental GT. Then we have DC Joe in the Ferrari, so he is adapting into the Ferrari. Then of course Chris Allen in the green machine, the green Ferrari, the green monster as I'm going to call it. And then of course Peter in the 75 Bentley Continental. I think he's suffering a bit at the moment, but he's not far off the pace actually. He's only 2.805 of a second from Lemos's fastest time, I think. So, you know, he's getting there. We have 15 minutes to go until 5 minutes of qualifying for race number 1. So the first sprint race qualifying is coming up thick and fast, and of course Future Revenge is there about. But as I say, it's going to be very close to see what's going to happen. I think just looking throughout a lot of things tonight. Don't know why I'm keeping an eye on the weather forecast here, because it's not like the weather forecast at Catalonia. But I could find out what the proper forecast is in Catalonia at the moment in real life, just to get So it kind of is a scorcher in Spain at the moment in real life as well. So it kind of is emulating exactly what it is for this evening. But as I say, it is going to be a close match night of racing at the moment with around 14 minutes to go. I think Lemos has just gone off there. He's just clipped the polystyrene. You can tell people have gone wide there and knocked it, which doesn't help. But we can just see that Yuri's just commented. Good evening, mate. How are you? So yeah, as I say, I'm actually really buzzing for tonight. You know, I feel now better than I was at the start of the week, thinking, oh, you know, why did I think that, you know, tonight was going to bring a lot of anxiety into it? But maybe that's just how I interpreted it, you know. But I'm feeling good. I'm feeling super. I can't wait. Hey, Yuri, get on track. Get on track. No, I'm joking. I know you got stuff to do, mate. You're fine. But as I say, it's going to be very close, I think, with the all important. Oh, as EW, oh, hop, skips and jumps to grass, goes into the gravel. He's lucky no one else actually was there at the time, but nicely parked. But as I say, all right, mate, can't park there, sir. There you go. That was a rubbish impression of that meme, but hey ho. But yeah, but so as I was saying, you know, 5 minutes of qualifying is going to be coming thick and fast. It's going to be over before you know it, which doesn't seem like it, you know. But as I say, 35-minute sprint race, anything can happen. Anything can happen in the 5 minutes of qualifying. But as I say, just under 12 minutes to go until we get the first 5 minutes of the first sprint race of the evening started. As I say, I'm going to grab a quick drink and see what's happening on track. But I will be talking very shortly because we will be getting close to the 5 minutes of qualifying for the first 5 minutes of qualifying this evening. And it should be great to see what is going to happen. But who knows? As we'll focus on JMR for a minute. Just while I grab a quick drink. There we go. Do apologise about that. On my way home now. Not going to make it for sure. Gutted, but hope to see some good racing though. Yeah, fair play, mate. Fair play. I understand. You know, as I say, real life gets in the way, mate. Not a problem, mate. Hopefully we see it at the Nürburgring though. Bring them wet tyres at the Nürburgring. You'll need them. But tonight should be okay. As I say, I'm looking forward to it. You know, I think as the day goes on and the week goes on, when it gets to Thursday, you know, jobs are good. But looking at what's going on, then we've got around 9 minutes, just coming up to 9 minutes to go with them. But who knows what's going to happen? So the Flying Dutchman isn't making it. What a shame. Hopefully he's back. You know, I really wish Yuri was on track tonight. He's a good racer, is Yuri. So the Lamborghini isn't on track tonight. The Max Verstappen wannabe, as I'm going to call him. He's probably thinking, Hoppers, mate, what are you on about? But yeah, I like to give people a bit of banter as well, so that's part of me if you're new to my commentary. I don't mean to be offensive, but I like to have a bit of a laugh at the same time as doing my stream, because we're all human. Unless your name's James and you're an alien, then with his lap times that he proved last season. But I suppose this season with the Ferrari adapting, you can tell he's got a bit of gold flashes on the car, which symbolises he was champion. It looks like him and EW having a bit of a battle here in the rest of free practice, so this could be close. But yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing what happens tonight, guys. As I say, JMR's now gone 0.240 of a second slower than Lemos, but Lemos looks like he is going to be thereabouts. I think Lemos will be the guy that maybe as James goes into gravel. Oh, he's thrown it away there. But maybe he's listened to the stream. He might pop up in a minute and think I'm not an alien. Max has to learn to be good as you, mate. Yes, Max Verstappen needs to behave himself like you. You know me, mate. You know me. I like to have banter. You know. But you know, if you can fly around here better than Max Verstappen does in his F1 car, then get on when you get home. But we'll see what happens anyway. We've come up 6 minutes left of free practice, so you know we're not far away of qualifying actually starting. So if you like to grab a drink, ladies and gents, grab something to eat, nip to the bathroom before the qualifying starts, then go ahead, because you're in for a treat tonight. You are in for an absolutely sensational treat tonight. I'm looking forward to seeing what happens. As I say, driver interviews will happen after the second sprint race tonight. I'm going to try and get the top three, maybe the M-Class winner if I can. But who knows what happens up. As I say, I'm kind of well, I'm not disappointed, but I'm kind of gutted the likes of Yuri and Stefano Marchetto aren't in here. There's quite a few races that I still wish were in the lobby, because it would be a great night of racing, you know. But these lot are good as each other, you know. I couldn't do that lap time that Lemos does, because I'm not quick. I'm not the best racer out there either. That's something I'm going to admit. I'm not the best racer. You know, I can't set up a car for anything. But you know, maybe that's just me. But you never know. But as I say, I am really looking forward to seeing what's going to happen tonight. You know, these 5 minutes of qualifying, it's going to be sharp, but who knows what's going to happen. As we've got the likes of Peter. Where is Peter? He's in pit lane. Future Revenge is in pit lane. Chris Allen's in pit lane. DC Joe's in pit lane. Lemos, Chris Allen goes out. Got 5 minutes left of free practice, so he's going to go for another run. James is in pit lane. There's quite a few guys, but Ace Stansland, fair play on his debut. I believe he's on his debut, unless he raced at Silverstone. I can't remember top of my head. But he's fourth at the moment in that Ferrari. So there's a Ferrari second, fourth, eighth, ninth. We've got a McLaren in fifth with Joe Rick. And of course Skyfu, Slow Wolf, and Peter, and of course Future Revenge in the Bentleys, and of course Jorik in the McLaren. So yeah, you know, it's very amazing to see how well people do. You know, Lemos is coming out. Is he gonna have one more crack? Because he's got 4 minutes. Maybe the guys are doing qualifying setups now to see how well it's going to go for qualifying. So you know, anything can happen. Anything can happen. And no, I'm not breaking into the song. If anyone says there's a song called "Everything Can Happen," I am not breaking into it. No chance. But as I say, I'm hyped for tonight now. I'm buzzed for it. I feel alive when I commentate. You know, I feel like, you know, I should be doing this as a proper job, but unfortunately I can only dream about that. But so JMR's also come out of pit lane with 3 minutes and 20 to go then for free practice. Let us know who you're rooting for and why, ladies and gents. I'm interested to hear your feedback. I'm rooting for Yuri, but Yuri's not racing. But I'm rooting for everyone because everyone's a decent racer. It doesn't matter whether you're new, whether you're a pro, or whether you're an alien like Stefano Marchetto. You know, everyone's welcome to race in Thursday Night Racing League. You don't have to be really good. You can be a novice, and people are there to help you out get better at racing. You know, I couldn't help you get better at racing. I can't race for anything. You know, I'm not the best racer, as I say, but you know, if you do want to race for Season 7, because Season 7 is going to be coming around the corner very soon, do follow the Discord link at the top of the screen if you can read that. If you can't, if it's in the description, go and head over there. Tell them Hoppers sent you. Send a request. If it turns, whether you got PlayStation 5 or a PC, not a PS5 or a PC, come on Hoppers, it's a PS5 or a PS4. PC League somewhere else, mate. But if you've got a PS5 or a PS4 and you want to race in Thursday Night Racing League, then go and head over to Discord and tell them Hoppers, the commentator for PS4 Lobby, sent you. We would love to have you on the grid for Season 7. And I would love to commentate on you guys if you're in the PS4 lobby. So go and head over there and join the TNRL community, the Thursday Night Racing community. We're a friendly bunch. You know, very welcoming. These guys welcomed me that many couple of seasons ago when I started commentating, and I'll never look back. I'll tell you this, I'll never look back at commentating for these guys on Thursday night. Wouldn't have it any other way. And that's telling you something. But only with 1 minute to go then in, of course, free practice. Let's see what's going to happen. And is JMR going to get top of the tree before the timer runs out, or is he waiting for qualifying? Let us know in the comments, guys. Looking forward to seeing what's going to happen. I can't believe how well things go, you know. There's about 7 of you watching the stream. This is brilliant, you know. Let's see what's going to happen. As I say, Max Verstappen needs to get on here as well, aka Yuri. But JMR then crosses the line and goes to 144.7 dead. What? He's that is a qualifying time. That is a qualifying time right there, ladies and gents. But qualifying is now going to be happening, so it is a 5 minutes of qualifying. But 144.7, that is absolutely impressive by JMR. We'll see what's going to happen. We'll try and get him in after the second sprint race tonight. As I say, I'm trying to get people involved in driver interviews. I'm not the best at interviews after the race because people are on adrenaline, should we say, you know. But I try my best and can only get out there. But who knows what's going to happen. So let's see what's going to happen then. Oh, didn't want to do that. I wanted to flick to... Yes, that's what I wanted to do, wasn't it? So we've got Stance Land, we've got JMR, we've got Chris Allen, the Ferraris are heading out. We've got EW out there, Lemos is still in pit lane, Yurik, Future Revenge, JMR is out on track, Slow Wolf coming out, DC Joe has gone out to EW, Captain Slow, I nearly said Captain Skywolf, or Skyfu, so to say. It's actually Peter in pit lane. There's a few cars in pit lane. I think Future Revenge is going to be sat in pit lane for a bit, but as I say, 5 minutes of qualifying, it's going to be over in a flash. If you know, you may as well go out for laps because you're going to be pushing on. I think Lemos is just let the track just get a bit clean, or a bit of clean air in front of him, as there's a car off at turn number 1, which may have hampered his time now. I'm just trying to figure out who that is. It is the 40, is it? Yeah, JMR's gone off at turn number 1. That's not going to do his credentials any good for getting pole position. But we'll soon find out. We'd like to Chris Allen, of course, EW, looking at Stance Landon. We'll see what he can do, because he's actually the first car out. He's got clean air, so it's going to be very interesting to see what he does. I know Future Revenge likes to sit out qualifying for some reason. I'm not too sure why, but maybe it's just because, you know, try to get a better setup, probably for the race as well, which, okay, fair play, you know, but it's going to be a bit close then. So 3 minutes to go then, so it is probably going to be a 1 minute, it's going to probably be a 1 lap dash to see who gets pole position. There is quite a few cars that's still out there. Where is JMR? JMR is actually coming through start finish line now. He's actually picked up the pace a bit now to get where he was, because he did go off at turn number 1, so we'll see how well he gets on with 2.5 minutes to go then. So it, as I say, it could be a very close qualifying time. They may get another lap out of this depending on how quick they get around the track, you know. As I say, with these 5 minutes of qualifying, it's very quick and very over in a flash. But we'll see. We'll soon find out exactly what goes on, because, you know, got the likes of Stansland at the moment leading the way. He's got a clean track ahead of him, so he could get pole position. You never know. It could be a very interesting time for the Ferrari driver. You never know. But there is a lot to be taken into consideration though. We've got 1 minute and 50 left, so, you know, there is a lot to take in. So we'll soon find out what's going to happen. We're just trying to see where the likes of JMR is. We've got Lamos, he's coming through there, but is he going to be able to get pole position? It all depends, as I say. Maybe pushing on now, so Stansland coming through the final 2 turns then, just to get the power down with that Ferrari. He's about to go provisional pole position at the moment, 145.8 at the moment, but then EW a 145.414. Chris Allen is there with a third one, DC Joe and the other Ferrari. So it's a Ferrari 1, 2, as JMR actually goes second, so JMR goes second, so James goes second in that Ferrari. We're on 52 seconds left. But where's Lemos? He's coming through the track. He's got a bit of clean air ahead of him in that Porsche, but we'll soon find out. He goes pole position, provisional pole position at the moment. 34 seconds remaining. The guys are on the last qualifying lap. As I say, it could have been 1 or 2, but Lemos with a 145.081 of a second. This could be very tense. This could be all over it. Slow Wolf in pit lane, but he's 5th fastest at the moment. Chris Allen 6th fastest. DC Joe 7th fastest. Peter currently 8th fastest though, so fair play to him. Yurik in the McLaren at 9th at the moment, and of course Future Avenger down. Poor old Skyfu hasn't done a lap, so he's going to be at the back of the grid. Just looking where he is, he's there. As the camera likes to have a wobble, but EW coming through the latter half of the lap now. He's going to be pushing on, so it's going to be very close to see what is going to happen for these guys. It is a Porsche 1-2 at the moment, because JMR's now dropped down to third, so could be very interesting to see what happens. Stats line goes fourth, with EW goes to 1:45.060. That's going to be a very good lap time for the silver, black and red machine. So these 50 JMR, he's on provisional pole position at the moment. Lemos is coming through the final 2 turns. He's coming to the final couple of turns now. He's going to have to push on. It almost looked like EW is getting provisional pole position, but he's not. Lemos is coming through the last half of the lap. Now, is he going to get onto pole position for the first sprint race of the evening? Let's have a look. Does he do it? Yes, he does. With a 1:44.145. I do apologise, and he said 7. But fair play to Lemos. It is a 1-3 for the Porsches. JMR, though, almost on provisional pole position. It's getting close and it's getting fraught this evening. So who knows what's going to happen for the first sprint race. So it's Lemos followed by JMR. We'll go through the grid while everyone is here. So it is Lemos followed by JMR followed by EW. You can't see the cars, but we'll try and go through the grid as best as we can. So we've got EW, then Stanson, then Skyfu, followed by DC Joe, followed by Slow Wolf, Chris Allen, Joe Rick, followed by Peter, and of course Future Revenge are your top 11 tonight. We've got 11 cars on the grid for the first 35-minute sprint race of the evening. It is going to be another qualifying session after this, as well as another race. You guys are in for a treat tonight. You guys are in for a treat. You've got 2 races in one night. But I'll tell you what, this is going to be a close race. I'll tell you what, I think it is a formation lap. If it goes to a formation lap, I will try look back from Lemos's Porsche, and then you guys can find out exactly how close it's going to get. It may not be though, it all depends on certain things, but we will find out very soon. But I hope you guys are enjoying the stream, by the way. I'm feeling quite happy to see what's going to happen. We've got a minute to go until I think it may be a formation start, because we are past the start finish line, so it could be a rolling, it could be a formation. We'll soon find out. But the cars are on the jacks at the moment. I think we'll go. There we go. We've got a better view of the grid. It may be go from go. I'm not too sure what's going to happen. We'll soon find out though. So as I say, we have 11 cars. Some cars are on the jacks. Some cars are just getting the last setups ready for the 35 minutes. There will be, I believe, a mandatory pit stop. It may not be, because it is a 35-minute sprint. But we'll soon find out. Engines are firing up. Circuit commentators are keeping the crowd entertained. I'm keeping you guys at home entertained. We'll see what happens. So we've got 7 seconds till the session start. It probably is going to be a rolling start, but we'll soon find out as the timer does start. Then it is probably going to be a probably is going to be a formation lap. Yes, it is. So it is a green lap formation lap then for round number 3 of Thursday Night Racing League. This is the PS4 lobby from Circuit de Barcelona in Catalonia, and it is a privilege to have you guys watching the stream. As I say, Lemos is going to be controlling the pace on the formation lap. I don't think it's a mandatory pit stop. It is just a 35 go from go for 35 minutes. It is going to be a very close one. We'll see what Lemos is going to do. Is he going to make it 3 from 3 going into the second 35-minute race this evening? It could be very close. It you know, just looking back from his Porsche at the moment, looking at the likes of JMR getting temperature into his tyres, getting temperature into his brakes. I wonder what's going through these guys' minds, because, you know, there's a lot to be taken into, and it could be very close as we see the likes of Lemos just going through the couple of turns here. We'll throw up the helicam, because it is a beautiful camera. It's the helicam. It's like a drone, but obviously using a helicopter. But you can just see how close it's gonna go. But hopefully tonight is the night where we see quite a new race winner, or even a fight to a race win. As I say, anything can happen in these races here at Thursday Night Racing League. As I say, it's close as you like here at Circuit de Barcelona, Catalunya. All cars currently on a formation lap. As I say, we're getting ready for what could be a thrilling encounter for 35 minutes, the first 35 minutes race of the evening, followed by another 5-minute qualifying. So, you know, it's quite a tense time. They've had an hour already with free practice, then plus a 5-minute qualifying then. So they've been near enough on the go for quite some time, you know. Some of these guys are probably thinking, well, I'm just giving it my all. I've got 35 minutes to go. I've got a lot of things. Anything can happen. As I say, looking back from Lemos at the moment, looking at JMR's Ferrari, but they're now getting into good formation, and we may do a David Croft impression for the start, or we may do one of his words, but we'll see what happens when they come through the final chicane, going into the final. Everyone's bunched up together. It looks like Lemos and JMR want to get it over and done with. They want to get into turn number 1 before anyone else, but let's see what's going to happen. You can just see what's going to happen here, ready for the third race of the season. I'll tell you what, we are getting ready for the start then, and I'm going to say it's lights out and away we go then for round number 3 of the Thursday Night Racing League here at Barcelona. This is going to be fantastic. I can't wait to see what happens. Lemos currently leads then, going into turn number 1, followed by JMR, followed by EW. The timing screen may throw a wobble at me, but there's quite a lot of interest going on further back. But EW and of course JMR, JMR's clipped EW already. There's a bit of contact between the pair of them. That may be looked at the stewards. That's twice in 2 races they've had a bit of contact. But you can just see, as I tell you, the time screen throws a wobbler, but JMR somehow has got away with light contact there with EW at the moment, but that's allowed Skyfu to get into, of course, 3rd place at the moment, followed by Stanslad, followed by Slow Wolf, DC Joe, Chris Allen, Joe Rink, and then of course Joe Rink runs a bit wide, and then of course EW, and of course Captain Slow. It looks like Chris Allen's got a bit of difficulties there, as we see Peter and of course Joe Rick and of course EW Future Revenge at the back of the grid at the moment, as EW goes from, as the marker posts go flying again, the Polar Flying arrows going flying. It's like there's a lot of that's gonna happen, and as you can see almost EW and of course Peter slowing each other down, but it was almost nose to tail as JMR's, I don't know whether he's going to find himself in hot water with his stewards, because that was a bit of naughty, but maybe not. But who knows what's going to happen for the remainder of the race then. So you got Lemos still leading then from the P1 at the moment. He's flying, so it could be close to see what happens. I'm not too sure if they are going to take mandatory pit stops, but obviously the green box is saying they have done it, but don't know whether they're up for it. But Skyfu currently in 3rd then, doing well for the Bentley Continentals at the moment, with the likes of EW and Peter having a bit of a battle going into turn number 1. We'll see how well this ends up, because Peter currently, as I say, he's carrying an injury, with EW side by side with the Bentley Continental GT. Excellent move there by EW going into that turn there. He's got past Peter for ninth place, should I say? I beg your pardon. But it's looking likely that the likes of Slow Wolf against DC Joe at the moment, they're almost nose to tail, but it looks like DC Joe's got in front of Slow Wolf as the timing screen has another wobbler. But could be very close to see what's happening. You've got Skyfu chasing down JMR at the moment. JMR's trying to push away, but you know, James knows exactly that Bentley Continental that's behind him. Stefano Marchetto raced it last season, so he knows all about how quick them Bentleys could be, as well as that Porsche. But Lemos looks like he's not got that much of a gap. He's got 1.3 of a second gap from JMR at the moment. This could be tense for these guys at the moment. Well, as I say, anything can happen in these races with the likes of DC Joe, Slow Wolf, Chris Allen. Chris Allen looks like he's got a bit of issues there. Looked like his car was just going sideways as the likes of EW and of course Joe Rick. Joe Rick currently in always spins it, getting used to that new wheel. Fair play for waiting. He's going to be at the back of the field though, but in his only second meeting of the season. But fair play. He's waiting for the guys to come back, get past him, so he doesn't force a bit of contact. But a bit unfortunate for the McLaren driver at the moment. With 31 minutes to go, then it could be anyone's race at the moment. JMR trying to push on against Lemos, but Lemos is still leading that race. Then fair play to Skyfu. Skyfu's actually currently third at the moment with the likes of Stansland, of course, in fourth, followed by DC Joe, followed by Silver Wolf. Then you've got Chris Allen. Chris Allen's Green Monster, the Green Monster Ferrari, that is currently in seventh. It's going to be very close to see what's going to happen. The pair of them trying to push on. Could be a nice battle between the likes of Chris Allen and of course Slow Wolf going into the latter half of this race. But it seems at the moment that's relatively calm. So all seems to be thereabouts as Chris Allen. Oh, I do worry when people have got a bit of issues like that, and especially when the car sank under the track. You know, it's kind of a bit of a lift in. He looks like he's trying to get onto the back of or ride over the top of that Bentley Continental. Don't know whether they've got issues with the server or not, but he's drifting. But maybe it's his connection. Be a big shame if he was to drop out. But Slow Wolf, not Slow Wolf, Skyfu currently still third then, with of course Stanslad there doing a stellar job in fourth place at the moment in the number 4 Ferrari. And of course DC Joe, then you've got Slow Wolf, Chris Allen's there, EW catching these guys up at great speed and knots with around 29 minutes to go in this race, with the likes of Chris Allen pushing on. We'll see how well that's going to go with the likes of Future Revenge there, and of course Joe Rick currently in 11th. It could be a very close night of racing for these guys as JMR trying to push on. Skyfu is still there in third for the Bentley Continentals, so showing it how it's done, showing how the Bentleys are doing at the moment. But see, 28, just under 29 minutes to go in this opening race. It could be exciting. It could be who knows what. See what's going on further back. Got the likes of EW trying to catch up to these guys. You got Chris Allen ahead of him at the moment, so we'll see what happens. There's a yellow flag somewhere. That is Joe Rick. He's trying to get used to his new wheel, so fair play. He's at the back of the field though, so it's not really any harm's way. But as I say, EW is going to be trying to push on. He's had a bit of contact with, of course, JMR in the opening lap as Chris Allen's car. We don't know where it's going to go, whether it's going to disappear, but EW is on a mission to that Ferrari. He's probably thinking, mate, you've got issues, I'm going to capitalise on these issues. As you can see, that the likes of Chris Allen and of course EW. Porsche versus Ferrari. It's a Porsche versus Ferrari for race 1-2 at the moment, but it's also a Porsche versus Ferrari for 7th and 8th. As EW comes down the front straight, you can see he's had battle scars from a bit of slight contact from from JMR in the opening lap, but soon find out what's going to happen there. But push on for quite a bit. So JMR is currently still second, Skyfoo's third at the moment, so he's doing quite well. We'll go back to this battle between the likes of Chris Allen and of course EW at the moment. EW trying to push on. This could be a nice battle with 27 minutes to go. There's a battle ahead between Slow Wolf and of course DC Joe at the moment, which we'll keep an eye on very shortly. But just looking at the likes of EW and of course Chris Allen at the moment, where the Porsche versus the Ferrari to try to push on. Let's see what's happening ahead between the Ferrari and Bentley. As Chris Allen runs a bit wide there, you can just see that battle still brewing a bit into the next battles. EW now gets alongside Chris Allen, as Chris Allen doesn't know doesn't know which way to go with that connection by the looks of it, but he unfortunately has to concede to EW. EW is now going to be on a mission to get past the two ahead of him, the likes of Slow Wolf and of course DC Joe. So Bentley versus Ferrari at the moment, as Slow Wolf gets a bit wide out of the penultimate turn there, but we'll see exactly how well that's going to go. But who knows what's going to happen. Let's see what's happening ahead at the moment between Lemos and of course James. James is currently trying to catch Lemos up, but it seems at the moment there's not much he can do at the moment. We're around coming up to 25 minutes to go. You've still got DC Joe still pushing on for what could be 5th place at the moment, followed by Slow Wolf. EW catching these guys up at great speed though. So the Porsche versus the Bentley versus the Ferrari. It could be close as you like, but who knows what's going to happen between these guys. But it could also be a Ferrari, another Ferrari with the likes of Chris Allen in of course 8th place at the moment. Peter still in 9th and Future Revenge in 10th. Joe Rick unfortunately 11th at the moment. He's currently 11th, but bless him, he's pushing on though. He's doing quite well to be where he is. You know, it's not easy when you adapt into new equipment as well, but fair play. Not giving at the moment with around 25, just under 25 minutes to go in the opening race at the moment at Circuit de Barcelona, Catalunya, for round number 3 of the PlayStation 4 lobby from Thursday Night Racing League. I'll tell you what, this is going to be close as EW now gets onto the back of Slow Wolf. If he flashes the lights at Slow Wolf, he might put him off. But we'll see what's going to happen as EW goes through. He's going to be pushing on to get past Slow Wolf to Bentley. Oh, he does it with precision into that chicane. Excuse me. Absolutely fantastic. You can tell the Porsche is the car of the field at the moment. You can tell EW's on a mission to get literally back up to where he needs to be. But what, Skyfoo's still third at the moment. JMR then. Where is JMR? Still second, with Lemos still leading the race. Lemos could make it 3 from 3 tonight at the moment, but who knows what's going to happen. You got DC Joe still in 5th, EW now 6th, Slow Wolf 7th, Chris Allen 8th, Captain Slow, aka Peter, of course, in 9th. They've got Future Revenge there, and of course Joe Rick riding up the field. But I'll tell you what, guys, it's been such a good race so far. Not really any issues to report. I think they've realised the aggression from Laguna has kind of had to be knocked on the head slightly, but Stanslad's still 4th at the moment with DC Joe. I don't know where DC Joe is going to be able to catch up to Stansland at the moment, but EW, this guy started 3rd and then went into turn number 1 with a bit of contact from James on lap 1, but he's now catching back up. He's 23 minutes to go. Anything can happen. As I say, anything can happen. These races come thick and fast, you know. It's impressive to find out exactly what goes on in here at Thursday Night Racing League, but at the moment you can see that EW trying to put DC Joe under pressure. There's DC Joe. Oh, there's a bit of contact between the pair of them. Bit of contact. I don't know whether that was because DC Joe had a bit of a clip on the curb. That may be looked at, but you know, that could be a bit of a interesting moment there, because that's now lost DC Joe back down to 7th. It may be okay, but there's a bit of a clip on the curb by the looks of it as JMR tries to push on. JMR's literally on fighting. He's 3.2 of a second between him and Lemos at the moment. They've got Skyfu currently 3rd at the moment, so Skyfu flying the flag for Bentley at the moment. Stansland still there with the likes of EW trying to catch up, but I'll tell you what, Slow Wolf's trying to catch EW at the moment in that Bentley. The Bentleys are coming on strong as well in this race with the likes of DC Joe. I don't know whether he's got damage or he's got a bit of an issue with that Ferrari. He's dropped back quite a bit now. He's going to be falling into the clutches of Chris Allen's green machine, or the green monster, very soon, but could be thereabouts. There's Peter and Future Revenge, the Bentley's 9th and 10th, and of course Joe Rick, of course, in of course 11th at the moment. But Lemos, fair play at the moment. We have 21 minutes to go in the opening race, still leading. Anything can happen. Once you've got the likes of Skyfu pushing on, you've got Stansland still 4th at the moment, EW 5th, Slow Wolf there. Chris Allen's actually got past DC Joe, which I think DC Joe's night's gone from bad to worse. He's dropped down, not too sure what's gone on, but maybe because of the damage he's sustained from that tap and into the wall a lap ago from EW. I don't know whether that's caused him issues, but that's allowed Chris Allen to get into 7th with the likes of Future Revenge and of course Peter 8th and 9th for the moment. DC Joe he looks like he has got a bit of substantial damage on that Ferrari. That Ferrari looks like it's wounded. Yeah, it looks like it is definitely wounded at the moment. He's now going to lose 10th place to Joe Rink. A bit of a shame for DC Joe, doing very well out to cut the chicane, but he's going to be pushing on. Seems like that Ferrari's down on power at the moment, but JMR still pushing on then. And of course 2nd place at the moment. Skyfu's still 3rd. Stansland currently 4th. EW is getting caught by Slow Wolf, so the Bentley versus the Porsche could be an interesting battle with around 19.5 minutes to go until the first race is over and done with. But it looks like EW is struggling a bit with that Porsche as well. Don't know whether he's picked up a bit of a knock from lap number 1, but it could be very interesting to see what's going to happen. Chris Allen's still there in the green machine, the green monster, in 7th, followed by Future Revenge, Peter, Joe Rink, followed by DC Joe. DC Joe's Ferrari still there, but he's still circulating. Fair play. But looks like JMR, where is JMR compared to Lemos? 4.0 of a second. JMR's going to have to push on. Lemos is going through that turn there, so it's going to be a bit of an ask, isn't it? But Slow Wolf, slowly but surely, pardon the pun, catching up to EW. But we'll see exactly how well things are going to go for this evening. It looks like the Bentley's going to try and get up to the Porsche. Coming up to 18 minutes to go in this race. Though, as I say, anything can happen, anything will happen, because, you know, as I say, these races, especially when they're a sprint race, anything will happen. But looking at how quick it's going to be, but EW trying to push away now from of course Slow Wolf at the moment. Chris Allen's still there. It seems there's a bit of gaps going in between, but closest battle we've got then is probably between EW and of course Slow Wolf at the moment. The white flag for a slow vehicle is out. I think DC Joe's getting lapped, unfortunately, which isn't going to do his credentials as we go to the halfway mark then. But so halfway through the race, as EW gets a bit out of shape slightly, but it's not delayed him as much as Slow Wolf gets a bit of a gap. But we'll soon find out. What you can just see how close it's going to get. I think just looking at DC Joe, then I think he's pushing on. I don't know whether he was getting lapped or it's just the timing screen with the white flag just throwing a wobbler. But JMR then still second place at the moment with Skyfu third, Stansel on fourth, EW there with Slow Wolf trying to catch him up. Could be very ow. It's my neck clicks. Slow Wolf could be catching him up. You could see with 16.5 minutes to go in this opening race. Got another 5 minutes of qualifying to go. As I'm trying to figure out who has gone off at the side of the track. Is that DC Joe? Yes, it is. He's gone off the 77 Ferrari. He's now going to be a lap down, unfortunately. It's a bit unfortunate for the Ferrari driver, the 77 Ferrari. He's got a bit of an issue there. Is the car damaged, or is it just trying to plod on? 16 minutes to go, though. 16 minutes, that's right, to go. We'll soon find out what's going to happen, because I think Slow Wolf's going to slowly but surely catch up to EW very shortly. So could be tense with the last 15 minutes of this race. You know, it seems very weird that, you know, these sprint races are over in a flash, but you never know how well things are going to go. But could be all or nothing for the likes of EW's DC Joe actually goes into pit lane. It does look like that Ferrari has picked up some substantial amount of damage, which has been a bit unfortunate really, because DC Joe was on course for a good result so far this evening as well, but still got another race to go. Chris Allen has actually now gone into pit lane as well. Are they pitting for fuel, or are they just pitting for tyres? It's a bit of a weird one, this, because I don't know exactly what's going on at the moment. Maybe they're pitting for fuel, maybe they're pitting for tyres, or they've got damage. It's hard to tell, but we'll soon find out. But there's two cars in the pit lane at the moment, so that's allowed the likes of Future Revenge and Peter to get past Chris Holden with around 14.5 minutes to go. But who knows what's going to happen as the likes of EW getting away from Slow Wolf now. Is that going to be what's a race to win? He's got the lights ablaze, so he's probably going to be on a mission as Chris Allen goes out of pit lane. Maybe it's just to top up the tank a bit, as I've not met Mike, I do apologise, but could be very interesting to see what's going on with the strategies or the strategics. They can't, as I say, the guys don't give me any indication strategy wise. It's down to them. I don't really want to no offence, but I don't really want to know what their strategy is, because I might end up blurting it out loud, and I don't really want to be doing that. So who knows what's going to happen. So Chris Allen now in 10th place then with the likes of JMR, and of course Lemos is still leading then, so it could be a very interesting last couple of minutes, because Peter's now gone into pit lane, so I think they are swapping, or they're not swapping, but they are stopping for fuel. They don't have to stop for fuel, they don't have to stop for tyres, but I think they're doing it because it's going to be very close to see what happens. But you know, that could easily allow the likes of, oh, we've lost someone, and it looks like Peter's gone. I think Peter's actually, whether he's suffered a lot of pain because he did say he was suffering with an injury, so it may be a bit too much for him. If it is, then unfortunately that's a bit disappointing, but hopefully we see him back at, of course, the Nürburgring in 2 weeks' time, unless he does decide to dose up on painkillers and then join for race number 2, but we'll soon find out exactly how close that's going to get. But you can just see DC Joe in 10th then. So JMR with 12 minutes to go then. Is he going to push on? Because Lemos, this guy is absolutely unstoppable at the moment. The Porsches have been unstoppable. You know, it's thereabouts with 12 minutes to go in this race. Anything, as I say, anything can still happen. Skyview still in 3rd, then Stansland in 4th, EW in 5th, pulling up the places. I tell you what, fair play to these guys. These guys are not giving in. Yes, okay, the gaps are a bit huge at the moment, but it doesn't really matter. We're getting through this. 11 and a half minutes to go. We've still got another 5 minutes of qualifying for the second sprint race to come. But I tell you what, you're in for a treat for the next race. I'll tell you this now. I have a feeling JMR, as Joe Rink, unfortunately gets a bit crossed up. Pushing on. Keep going, keep it pinned. You're 8th place at the moment. Fantastic stuff. Gone across the track there. Got to be careful for track limits, but fair play. Currently 8th with Chris Allen 9th, DC Joe 10th. So that could be a very interesting end. As I say, JMR could get a race win tonight in the second sprint race. All depends on qualifying though, of course, yes. But we'll soon find out what exactly is going on. But could be all or nothing. But JMR then still in 2nd at the moment with 10 minutes, coming up to 10 minutes to go. This is where it's going to get tense as Skyfu goes into pit lane. So it does look like they're stopping for fuel then. So that could be very close to see what's going to happen. Stansland then will be thereabouts. 10 minutes to go. It looks like they are stopping for fuel, so maybe it's just the stopping for fuel, and maybe, you know, they topped it up for so many times as EW will get 4th then. Could be very interesting to find out whether they are stopping for fuel, because they may be under fuel because the qualifying setup was for 5 minutes. So it could be interesting to see what happens. But Lemos still leads them. Give Lemos a bit of airtime. To be fair, I give everyone airtime regardless whether you're at the back, whether you're in the middle. It's just how I roll with the commentary. But Lemos then still leading the race. He's in the 24 Porsche. He's currently on course to make it 3 from 3 at the moment, which, you know, doesn't surprise me, I must admit. He's currently in the race lead then, followed by JMR, followed by Stansland. Of course, EW, you can just see, I think that's just dirt where he went off in the gravel in the opening part of the race. But it looks like Peter's had a bit of problems with someone else, but I don't know. We'll see exactly how close that's going to go. I think Peter's had a problem with another racer, which doesn't help. Skyfu currently in 6th then. He's done well to be, he did well to be in 3rd, but we'll see what happens. But it sounds like Peter's got problems with his leg. Obviously he's going to have to push on, but hopefully we'll see him back for the Nürburgring. But there's been a bit of argy-bargy moments, but I didn't see much on the stream. But Stansland then, obviously pushing on. 7.5 minutes to go. 7.5 minutes to go in this race could be very impressive for these guys. I'll tell you what, like I say, these races come thick and fast, and anything could happen, but you never know. But could be all or nothing. But JMR still there in second, and Lemos still pushing on. Could be pushing on for race number 3 win of the season. He's got 7 minutes to go, so you know, still a bit to go though. But you got the likes of EW in 4th. But EW's in 4th at the moment, and followed by Slow Wolf. Slow Wolf currently there. Skyfu in 6th, then Future Revenge 7th. Joe Rink in, of course, 8th. Chris Allen 9th. DC Joe currently 10th. 2 laps down, unfortunately. But Lemos with 6 minutes and 20 to go. Then this is where it could be Lemos's night of race. I think personally, the way I see it, Lemos could be getting another race victory. But as I say, 6 minutes. You know, it's quick as you think, but because if you think about it, Lemos is still there, JMR's still in 2nd, Stanslad is currently 3rd at the moment. This is where, you know, it's now equally spread out. There's not really any battles going on, which it's a bit, I hate to say this, but when you don't see a battle, it's kind of, you know, spreads it out a bit. But we'll see exactly how close it's going to get. So Stansland currently still 3rd. EW catching up at great speed and not slow, so this could be interesting with 5 minutes to go. But who knows? So EW 4th at the moment, followed by Slow Wolf, Skyfu currently in 6th, Future Revenge, and of course 7th, Joe Rink in, of course, 8th place. Fair play. Bit of issues there and then, but he's pushed on. He's done quite well. Chris Allen in 9th, followed by DC Joe in 10th. But I'll tell you what, with 4 minutes to go, coming up to 4 minutes in the first race of the evening, we've got EW and of course Slow Wolf. Slow Wolf's caught him up. This could be a close battle for 4th and 5th, with 4 minutes just coming up to 4 minutes to go. So you know, who knows? Who knows exactly how well that's going to push on, because got the likes of EW and of course Slow Wolf, they're going to be battling nose to tail, the Bentley versus the Porsche. This is actually going to be interesting with just under 4 minutes to go, side by side, get in there. The Bentley could be cut in, doing the switchback. No, he can't be doing that because obviously EW's got there, but who knows? So we got the likes of EW now back. Oh, he's gone off though. He's gone off. Commentator's curse. No. First time I commentated and did a commentator's curse on someone, but EW looks like he's got a bit of issues there. That's allowed Slow Wolf to get back into 4th then. But we'll try not to take the mick out of EW. We could catch him with great speed or not with 3 minutes to go though. So anything could happen still, but who knows what's going to happen. But 3 minutes to go. I think it's going to be definitely Lemos's race though. Fair play to Lemos. He's done very well tonight so far into race number 1. But JMR's going to be hungry for race number 2. I guarantee it. As Stansland about to put a lap on DC Joe, unfortunately. but you can just see how close it's going to get. It probably is going to go to the final lap very soon, but Slow Wolf now eking that advantage from EW at the moment. It could be the Bentley versus the Porsche. The Bentley seems to be doing very well at the moment, I must admit, but with around 2 minutes to just coming up to 2 minutes now of the third race of the season, it will be obviously count as round 3 in the other sprint race coming up very shortly. But Lemos, fair play, he is going to go on to the final lap. He's unstoppable this season, obviously looking for revenge from season 5, but doing very well in season 6 at the moment. He could be heading for what could be a sensational first sprint race victory of the season. He's about to cross the line. He could be onto the final lap, maybe even more. But we could see what's going to happen there as we got to comment on stream. Good evening, Luke. Good luck to JMR race team. Well, he's currently second, mate, with 1 minute and 23 to go in the opening race, so it's not far away, mate. He's had a bit of an issue early on in the opening lap, mate, but we'll see how he does. He's currently second, but Stansland in, of course, third at the moment. Slow Wolf fourth, EW fifth. He's had a bit of dramas now this time round because he's got a bit of a gap from Slow Wolf. Skyfu currently thereabouts as he goes onto the gravel, but it could be thereabouts for future revenge. Of course, 7th, Joe Rick in, of course, 8th, followed by Lemos is about to catch him up and put a lap on. Chris Allen 9th, but I think Lemos, if he plans it right, he will go into the final lap. Depends on timing though, depends on timing. He's got 30 seconds to go. He actually might end up finishing the race this time round though. But we'll see, soon find out. Fair play to Joe Rink for getting out of the way of Lemos. Fair play to him. There's Lemos. There's time's clicking on. As you can see, what's going to happen here, it's clicking on. I think Lemos will be finishing the race in, of course, first place. He's about to cross the line, and he's about to take a lights to flag victory in TNRL sprint race for race number 1. Absolutely fantastic drive from Lemos. He will be delighted with that. First time sprint race winner this season. Lemos makes it 3 from 3 at the moment, followed by JMR. JMR will come home in second. Probably might be kicking himself up for a bit of contact with EW, but we'll soon find out. We'll probably find out after race number 2 what happened. But fair place to Stansland coming through into, of course, third place. First time out this season. Gets onto the podium. Fair play. Some of the guys were pitting for fuel. But I tell you what, fair play to Stansland getting onto the podium in that number 4 Ferrari. And then of course Slow Wolf rather, into 4th. So the Bentley into 4th then, he will be delighted with that. Then you've got EW. EW's going to be kicking himself with them mistakes and a bit of contact with JMR in race number 1. But I tell you what, we've got another 5 minutes of qualifying to go. Skyfu in 6th then for the Bentley Continental, probably just slowing it down a bit, but we'll see what happens. We've got Future Revenge coming through in 7th. This is absolutely where it could be all or nothing going into the second sprint race qualifying session of the evening, because we do have 2 sprint races tonight, with Future Revenge pushing on for 7th and followed DC Joe and of course Peter. Well, I don't think DC Joe actually finished. Actually, yeah, that's the Porsche. He was in the Porsche. I do apologise. It's when he set up for the Porsche, but it classified him as 12th. But looks like the fuel was miscalculated by Joe Rinkelin, by the sound it, or DC Joe, I think. But we get ready for another 5 minutes of qualifying for the second sprint race of the evening. So yeah, we're in for a good night of racing. So far so good though. and I'm looking forward to seeing what brings. I think the guys are going to be, excuse me, pushing on for what could be a second epic sprint race of the evening. I'll tell you what, as I say, these sprint races come thick and fast, and they do end quite quick as well. I'm obviously going to be inviting probably James into the commentary box after. I'm not going to try and invite every single driver in, because I probably won't get a word in edgeways, but JMR currently pushing on for what could be a first victory of the season if he does. However, just waiting for the server to reset, which it has. So we get ready for qualifying number 2 then, and we get ready for the second qualifying, the second 5 minutes of qualifying here at Circuit de Barcelona, Catalunya, for or Circuit de Catalunya, Barcelona. I always say it the wrong way around for some bizarre reason, but maybe that's just me. But we'll see what happens for the second qualifying session of the evening then. Who knows what's going to happen, who knows. But we'll see how close it's going to get. So like I said, Joe Rink, Future Revenge will be the only car that probably stays out. There's Skyfu warming up his tyres as he leaves pit lane. Fair point. Making sure the tyres have been nutted and bolted on correctly. But yeah, we'll see what happens. Chris Allen leads them away then. No, he doesn't actually. It is DC Joe that leads them away for the outlap. As he gets a bit crossed up there. Oh, brown pants moment there. Chris Allen's probably thinking heart in the mouth moment how many times this week. So we've got 3.5 minutes to come then, because obviously, you know, the likes of at least it was on an outlap, but it's not going to do your tyres any good because you've got probably dirt on your tyres now. But soon find out JMR's just literally going through the latter half of that lap now, probably getting past DC Joe, thinking, right, I need to get my head down for this. But I think this is where it's going to happen. But JMR, fair play, second place in race number 1. He's points make prizes, yes, but who knows? So we'll see what's going to happen. They're going to get maybe 1, maybe 2 flying laps into the qualifying. But looking at what's going on, Chris Allen leads them away then, clear track ahead of him. He's going to be delighted with that because he wants a clear track, especially if he wants a good lap time. Where's Lemos? Lemos is just going over the line. So Lemos could be a guy to be reckoned for. But you know, you never know what's going to happen. But we'll soon find out with 2 minutes to go in qualifying. But it's all or nothing at the moment. So yeah, just come up to 2 minutes, so Chris Allen could be on course to push on. But who knows? He's currently there in the green machine, but it's all about the others at the moment. We'll see what he can do. Chris Allen, though, fair play to him, fair play. He's coming through the latter half. Let's have a look. He's about to cross the line. And he goes a no, JMR goes faster. It's Chris Allen didn't set a lap time then. Looks of it. JMR 144. Oh, AW goes, pips him with 0.132. Yeah, 132 of a second. with 50 seconds left. Stansland goes there. DC Joe. Oh, Lemos. 144.142. Lemos is on fire. Not literally on fire, but he's on fire in qualifying. He's on fire for racing. And you know, this guy is unstoppable. You know, if he gets second qualifying session, gets it there, it is going to be absolutely fantastic to see what's going to happen. This is absolutely going to be close as you like. You know. But now qualifying is over and done with. And this is where I feel like, you know, tonight has just been so far so good. You know. So Lemos is there currently in, of course, first place. EW currently second, so it's a push 1-2 at the moment. Chris Holland hasn't even done a lap though. That's surprising. He's about to cross the line to do his first lap. Still puts him 8th though, because Joe Rink is there. JMR second then. So he pips the... Oof, it was a bit close between him and Chris Holland as he comes down the front straight. But yeah, again, Lemos spins it. But then he's done well to get to where he is, and he's got second pole position of the evening, followed by JMR, EW. So it's role reversal yet again from what it was in race number 1 for qualifying. If you have a look at qualifying for race number 1, it's between the likes of Lemos, James, EW, and it's the same throughout. And then Stansland beats Skyfu this time round to get 4th in for race number 1. But I tell you what, it is going to be close as you like, and I tell you what, we will go and we will look back from Lemos's Porsche very soon. We're just looking at the grid then. Everyone's here apart from obviously Peter. Poor old Peter's had to drop out, which is a bit of a shame, because it could have been very interesting to see exactly what's going to happen. But who knows what's going to happen for the second race of the evening. It's probably like 10 o'clock abroad, but these guys are probably used to it by now. But race number 2 is going to be an absolute epic race. I'll tell you what, it is going to be class. I'm going to look back hopefully from Lemos's Porsche very soon. Just going to keep an eye on what he's doing. I ignored the time in his car. It's just unfortunately that's what happens when it carries on. It's just doesn't seem to stop. But it's Lemos followed by James, followed by EW, followed by Skyfu. Then you've got I believe that is Stanslad. Then of course DC Joe. Then you got Chris Allen, Slow Wolf. They call him Skywolf. And of course you've got Future Revenge at the back, followed by Jorick Jr. But yes, it is going to be another epic second race of the evening. I hope you're enjoying the stream, ladies and gents. I'm enjoying doing the commentary. I'll tell you what, we are getting ready for what could be an epic second race of the evening. So who knows what's going to happen. But we'll go from behind Lemos. Sounded very wrong. I mean, we'll go looking behind to the other cars from Lemos. That's what I meant. Sounded wrong, didn't it? Sounded sick. But we'll looking from Lemos's rear spoiler, looking at the rest of the grid, then onto the other formation lap then. people are probably saying, Lemos has jumped the gun, he's jumped the red light, penalise him. No. It's another formation start, or should I say a formation lap, as the green flag waves for race number 2 then, of round number 3 of season 6. The Thursday Night Racing for Thursday Night Racing League PlayStation 4 lobby from Circuit de Barcelona, Catalunya, or Circuit de Catalunya, Barcelona. I'll tell you what, it's hotting up outside on track as well as in the comms box. But we are going to be on course for what could be another sensational battle between the likes of Lemos, JMR, and of course EW. Who is going to get the jump into turn number 1? It all depends. Lemos is slowing it down a bit, probably thinking, got to get going. He's obviously slowing it down to allow JMR to catch up, because they've got to form in grid order, so Lemos can't afford to get too far ahead, because he will get penalised. But we'll see exactly what is going to happen this time round. It's got two 35-minute another 35-minute race coming right up very soon. As you can see what's happening from Lemos, he's warming up tyres, braking. You can see he's on map 10, so 8 out of 10, so that might tell us something here. But we'll soon find out. But we are in for a good night of racing, I believe. It could be a lot of interest. But who knows what's going to happen for tonight. But you can see Lemos just getting them all, brakes warmed up, tyres warmed up. Luckily that if they do, they won't crash into each other, because they just ghost, and it's going to be very epic. But we'll see what's going to happen for the second race then. It could be all or nothing though. I'll tell you this, tonight is going to be one heck of a race going into race number 2. Excuse me. But we'll soon find out as they get into grid formation. Need to get into grid, ideally get into grid formation now, but as we go into the latter half of the lap then, coming into the chicane, I wouldn't go there side by side, but these guys know what they're doing. It's all limited as well, but we'll see what's going to happen then as we go through the final turn then here at Circuit de Barcelona, Catalunya, for race number 2 of round number 3 of the championship. And let's go and let's get that green flag from the back of the grid, say everyone's here. But I tell you what, it's going to be lights out and away we go for round number 3, race number 2 of the evening. And this is going to be epic. I tell you what, it looks like EW straight away on the jumping on the gas to get away from JMR. Skyfu tries to split the pair of them, but it looks like, oh, Slow Wolf's gone a bit wide into turn number 1, but I tell you what, nicely avoided. So it's a Porsche 1-2 at the moment with the likes of Lemos and of course EW. They're now going to be pushing on as James is stuck behind Skyfu's Bentley. I'm on board with the wrong card there, I do apologise. It's JMR literally trying to push past Skyfu. Yes, he's doing it as the Helicam picks it up. But the Bentley versus the Ferrari could be very interesting to see how close that's going to get, because the Bentley versus the Ferrari, the Porsches are escaping up the road at the moment, but that's allowed Lemos with a comfortable bit of breathing space. Not for long though, because I think EW will catch him up as Skyfu and JMR battling nose to tail. Joe Rink and of course DC Joe battling for of course 6th, 5th and 6th respectively, but the Porsches are 1-2 at the moment as we're about to tick off lap number 1 then. But you can just see what's going on with the likes of Stansland. I think Stansland took avoiding action with Slow Wolf there, but looks like looks like DC Joe's got past Joe Rink at the moment, but Skyfu's trying to push on to get past, leave JMR for dust at the moment, but we'll soon find out how close that's going to be, but who knows? As, the pit lane is open, so if anyone wants to make a pit stop, they can. But it's looking likely at the moment, the likes of Lemos leading the way from EW then, so it could be shades of potentially what could have been in race 1. Skyfu is there then, currently third with JMR fourth at the moment. JMR's trying to push on with the likes of DC Joe and of course Joe Rink versus Chris Allen. Chris Allen's there trying to push on. The Ferrari versus the McLaren. The McLaren's in a Ferrari sandwich at the moment with the two Bentleys of Future Revenge and of course Slow Wolf at the moment picking up the places 8th and 9th respectively, and then poor old Stansland, who had a good qualifying, dropped down to 10th place at the moment, but could be a very close race as we get 32 minutes to go. It looks like we've got a bit of a ding-dong battle for 3rd and 4th as JMR goes a bit grass cutting. Got to be careful, he's not in a Honda, but we'll see exactly what's going to happen. Ooh, who's got... Oh, Lemos has gone! Oh! Lemos went off track there. Race 1 winner gifts the place to EW at the moment. We'll see what's going to happen. Lemos is there. He's going to have to try and catch back up to EW. Don't know whether he had a lapse of concentration or something happened. Skyfu clips the curb, which knows he's down the Bentley Continental, but JMR still pushing on. DC Joe there, Joe Rink Jr. still in, of course, 6th place. Chris Allen still in, of course, 7th. Future Revenge 8th. Slow Wolf now 10th because it looks like Stansland has got past him. But Lemos then is going to have to try and push on. He's literally going to have to try and push on for what could be another victory. But is he going to allow EW to get a first victory? Maybe it's a Porsche tactic, you never know. Well, it's hard to tell because the guys won't, if they're doing tactics, they won't be telling. But we'll see what's going on with the likes of Skyfu there pushing on with the likes of JMR 4th at the moment. But as I say, DC Joe currently pushing on. But we'll soon find out how close it's going to get. But Joe Rink Jr. of course in 6th, Chris Allen in 7th, Future Revenge 8th, Stansland 9th, and of course Slow Wolf now 10th. So it could be very interesting. But I'll tell you what, just as we jump to the camera, Lemos is trying to chase after EW for that race victory. Could be very close between the two Porsches, the GT3R, the 911 GT3Rs. It's 1-2 at the moment. Are they going to play team tactics? Could be all or nothing this time round, but see how close it's going to get, because EW pushing on, trying to push away. But I'll tell you what, fair play, Lemos is committed. Just look back from the Porsche there. Go on board with Lemos' helmet cam. But that could be a lot of interest to see why he's caught up, because he's EW suffering as JMR tries to make a move on Skyfu into turn number 1. Bit of contact between the pair of them. Yes, a bit of contact into turn number 1 this evening, but Skyfu gets back in front of JMR. I think JMR backed out of it just to avoid a bit more contact, but fair play to Lemos. It's going to be very close to see what's going to happen between the pair of them. With 29 minutes to go in this race then. As I say, anything can happen. Looks like EW is trying to push away from Lemos, but Lemos still thereabouts. The Porsches are nose to tail as EW gets a bit onto the AstroTurf, but he's still pushing away from Lemos at the moment. As Lemos tries to push on, you know. Looking back from EW's Porsche. Seems like he's got a bit of dirt on the back of that rear spoiler, but Lemos is on the attack then. Is it gonna... It could be a very close battle between the pair of them, but we'll soon find out. But, We'll soon figure out what else is going on further back, but just looking at the battle for the race lead at the moment, because as Lemos gets a bit outbroken into that chicane with the likes of Skyfu and JMR almost there. Could be very close. We do have another comment on stream, so I'm going to have to have a look at that very shortly. Just give me 1 second. But it's very close to see exactly what's happening. But we do have, of course, Chris Allen still in 7th. We'll just give him a bit of a moment, because we do have that battle for 3rd and 4th at the moment. Simon Dolez, I do apologise. I butcher your name every time. How are you, mate? Let's go, Chris. Yeah, he's looking very racy, mate. At the moment, we'll see what can happen, because JMR trying to push up to Skyfu. Skyfu literally nose to tail in 11th, not 11th. His car's number 11. It looks like JMR trying to push up, trying to get back onto the podium, as the 2 Porsches are still trying to get close to comfort. It's like a magnet on the back of EW's car, saying to Lemos, get closer and we'll stick together. Looks like a car has gone off there with a polystyrene. I think it might have been Slow Wolf. I'm not too sure what's been going on further back, but polystyrene marker boards have gone littered the track there at the final sector. There's Lemos trying to push on. But we'll see exactly what's going to happen. Lemos trying to push on. Skyfu still holding on for dear life from JMR. JMR still there in 4th at the moment. James is trying to literally get past that Bentley, but I think Skyfu's trying to make it the widest Bentley possible with 26 minutes to go. This could be all or nothing between these guys. Who knows exactly what's going to happen as JMR tries to line up the Bentley going into turn number 1. Is he going to get past this time? Or is Skyfu going to close the door? No, he's not, because Skyfu doesn't close the door, but JMR literally there, but Skyfu's not giving up to try and catch him. So it could be a lot of interest to see what's going to happen between these guys very shortly, as the likes of Skyfu trying to get... Oh, knocks into the back of JMR. Gives him a bit of a kiss tap. Or love tap, should we say. But JMR might not like that. But maybe a bit of a taste of his own medicine. You never know. But we'll see what's happening between the 2 Porsches now. You can just see the likes of EW getting away from the likes of... getting away from Lemos. But... I'm going to have to quickly nip to the bathroom, and I don't really want to, but I'm going to have to. I'll be back in a minute. Do apologise about that, ladies and gents, but it looks like that Lemos is still trying to catch up to EW, but while we've gone, it's like Slow Wolf's got past Future Revenge, but 24 minutes to go then. In race number 2, it could be quite close as you like, but who knows what's going on. We've got JMR still 3rd at the moment, we've got Skyfu 4th, we've got DC Joe in 5th, Joe Rink in, of course, 6th, Stansland in, of course, 7th, Chris Allen 8th, Slow Wolf 9th, and of course Future Revenge in 10th. But I'll tell you what, the battle for the race lead is still getting there between the likes of EW and of course Lemos. Lemos trying to catch back up to the 38 Porsche. As I say, we will have a driver in for a driver interview after this race. It could be very interesting to see who it could be, but I think we may get JMR in to see what's been going on, because I think he's trying to push on But you can just see Lemos literally, you can hear the Porsches changing down gears very quickly indeed. But the Porsches are unstoppable at the moment. They are literally thereabouts. I tell you, it's going to be very quick to see what happens, because is EW going to concede, or is he going to push on and get a first victory of the season? Could be a lot of interest, but Lemos is still there, trying to push on to get up towards EW as best as he can. Let's have a look what's happening further back, as Chris Allen's been caught by Slow Wolf at the moment. 22.5 minutes to go. Still there. So it could be all or nothing between these two, but could allow future revenge to get up there. We'll see if Slow Wolf gets past Chris Allen going down the front straight. It could be, you never know. But Slow Wolf trying to get alongside the green machine, the green monster, before turn number one. Has he managed to do it? But the gap for the race lead, I think he's managed to do it. I'll quickly go back to that battle. Yes, it has, but Chris Allen's on in a Bentley sandwich. We'll try and come back to that battle if we can, because at the moment we've got the likes of Lemos trying to catch up to EW for the battle of the race lead. This could be a turn and a time changer, but it all depends on what's going to happen, because the likes of EW and of course Lemos, they're going to be nose to tail. We'll see what's happened between Chris Allen and of course Slow Wolf and of course Future Revenge. At the moment it could be very close, but Lemos and of course EW, they're almost on to the back of each other. Or Lemos is almost onto the back of EW. We'll soon find out, but could be close between the two Porsches. Don't want to jinx it and they have contact, but you never know. You never know in Thursday Night Racing League, as Lemos pushes on to try and get past EW. Won't be surprised if these two had a bit of a battle and it came to tears, but at the moment Lemos is trying to tee up of course EW going down the front straight. It's almost side by side. Could be side by side going into turn number one. Let's have a look what happens. As EW conceded the place? No, he hasn't, as Lemos is still there. Could be very close to see what's going to happen between the pair of them. It's getting closer for comfort, I'll tell you this now. Can't really look at what's happened between Chris Allen and Slow Wolf and Future Revenge at the moment, because the race lead is getting close, isn't it? But this is with 20 minutes to go. This is absolutely unstoppable between these guys. Lemos is there with EW trying to block that other Porsche in his rearview mirror, but it looks like Silverbeard, okay, Chris Allen is there with the likes of Slow Wolf currently pushing on. But we'll go back to the race lead, just try to see what's happening between the likes of Lemos and EW. Still there with around just under 20 minutes to go in this final race of the evening. Final sprint race of, well, the final first sprint race is JMR in the background. You can see he's got a bit loose there into the barrier. That's allowed Skyfu to get into third then. That's a bit unfortunate for James. Try and find out exactly what happened, but could be very comfortable. It might not be the best for him now. He's don't know whether that Ferrari's actually got some damage, because he's dropped back from Skyfu at the moment with the likes of Lemos and EW still battling. 19 minutes to go. This is what I mean. I can't look elsewhere at the moment, especially with the battle for the race lead, as Lemos tries to go on the outside line now. But EW is there. He's got to be very careful. This could be close for comfort between the two Porsches. It's almost side by side. There's DC Joe gets into fourth. JMR's definitely got some damage in that Ferrari. But I'll tell you what, we're going to see what's going to happen between the two Porsches. This could be absolutely unstoppable between these two for the first time this season. But you can just see how close they're getting. I'll try and flip back to see what else other people are doing very soon. But at the moment, the battle for the lead's intriguing. I mean, it's very intriguing at the moment between the likes of Lemos and of course EW. These two could be nose to tail, but I tell you what, fair play. Lemos gets into race lead, but I tell you what, EW's not going to give up a fight, is he? He is not going to give up a fight. This is absolutely unstoppable between the pair of them. I tell you what, these two are going to have a bit of a battle with, you know, EW flashes the lights at Lemos saying, "Not on your life, sunshine, you get out of my way, I want that race lead back." Lemos runs a bit wide. Oh, there's been a contact between the pair of them. That is the first time we've seen two cars like that, two teammates come together. I tell you what, we've seen it in one make in TNRL, but we've never seen it. We've never seen two teammates push each other, but I'll tell you what, we're halfway through the race. Already halfway. We'll see what's happening further back now that Lemos has got a bit of a comfortable, well, EW's got a bit of a comfortable gap. JMR 5th, I think he has got damage with that Ferrari, with the likes of Joe Rink in, of course, 6th, Stance Lad in 7th, Slow Wolf in 8th, Future Revenge in 9th, and Chris Allen 10th at the moment. Didn't see what went on for Chris to drop down to 10th, because focusing on the battle for the race lead, this is where it's going to get tasty, because I think Lemos is now catching back up to EW at great speed of knots. Yes, he is. But this is where it's going to get closer and closer between these two. These two are unstoppable. I'll tell you what, it's going to be close. I'd love to hear what the teams are having conversation. But just see what's going on between the likes of EW and Lemos. Lemos trying to fight back. Trying to say, right, let's go again. Let's go again. Take two as EW runs a bit wide there. But let's allow Lemos to slightly catch up. But I'll tell you what, these two are fighting hammer and tongue at the moment. This could be absolutely unreal towards the end. But who knows what's going to happen. But let's see what happens between EW and, of course, Lemos. Lemos flashes the lights this time round to see what's going to happen. But as EW pushes on, well, EW gets almost a bit sideways. But we'll see what happens between the pair of them, as almost nose to tail yet again going across the start-finish line. But this is where it could be happening, because Lemos tries to go on that attack again against EW. This could be all or nothing. Let's see what's going to happen between the pair of them. Is there going to be contact, or is EW going to chop the nose? Yeah, he does chop the nose slightly. Well, Lemos is on course to try and make it 2 from 2 tonight. But we'll see exactly what's going to happen. But who knows, between Lemos and EW at the moment, this could be very careful. But it is all or nothing. But we'll see exactly what's going to happen, because Lemos is on course to try and get past EW yet again, with around 15 minutes to go, as they both almost make contact again. But we'll see what's going to happen as EW gets away now from Lemos. Just about, I think, you know, the Porsches are battling thick and thin, but you never know what's going to happen. But you can just see EW trying to get away from Lemos. Lemos trying to go on the attack. It could be quite an easy thing for Lemos to do, but these two are not giving up at the moment. But I'll try and see what's happening further back in a minute. I think we've got a battle between DC Joe and, of course, JMR at the moment, as Joe Rick goes offline in the McLaren, but the battle for the race lead still rages on between Lemos and EW and Lemos. But as I say, I can't focus what's going on back at the moment, because the race lead seems to be a bit of a tense battle at the moment. Skyfu's just there, but if these two take each other, it could give Skyfu a victory. But I'll tell you what, we're looking at what could be times to come. Oh! As EW and Lemos have a bit of contact, and that's going to allow Skyfu, and I repeat, that's going to allow Skyfu to see what's going to happen. But this is absolutely close as you like, I tell you. Who knows what's going to happen, because that's allowed Skyfood to get up into this battle between Lemos and EW. But this could be close. But let's see what happens, because I'll tell you what, Lemos is going to have to try and push on. Excuse me. But that's going to allow Skyfood to catch him up as well. This is absolutely crazy as you like between these guys. But could be very interesting between the likes of EW and of course Lemos. Lemos is trying to push on. But EW's there, he's holding on for dear life as Lemos closes the gap. Skyfood's catching up as well. Ah, it's sorry mate. Sorry Luke, I didn't realise you changed your name. Sorry mate. Do apologise, but I tell you what, Lemos, he's under attack. Well, he's not under attack. He's trying to attack EW at the moment. This is absolutely unreal. I can't focus what's going on further back because this is exactly what I want. Oh, he's had some pace, mate. He's unreal. Honestly, it's been very weird because, you know, James has made a mistake. I know he's now back to 4th, but the battle between Lemos and EW at the moment, it's going to be unreal as EW runs a bit wide. No! But that's allowed Skyfood. This could be a battle for... The 3 cars could be battle for the race lead. This is unreal. Well, I think EW is going to try and catch up to Lemos, but Lemos needs to get that gap now. Absolutely. Oh, he made a mistake. He crashed into the barrier, into that corner a few laps ago, and then, but he got into the podium in race 1. But I think that Ferrari's a bit damaged at the moment, and then him and EW had a bit of contact in race number 1 on the opening lap. But I think it wasn't minor. But I'll probably find out in a bit because I'm going to invite James to the commentary box after the race and find out what's been going on. Well, I'll tell you what, fair play to Lemos, and EW goes off. But Lemos is going to get 2 from 2 if he's not careful. Well, if he plays it right, should I say. But could be a very interesting battle towards the last 10 minutes of the race. We'll soon find out. But yeah, it looks like he was struggling in race 1 as well, mate, to be fair. But looks like Skyfood's going to catch him up because you can just see how quick that Bentley is catching him up. You know. It's all or nothing at the moment with, of course, 9.5 minutes to go. But Lemos could easily make it 2 from 2 now, I think. But we'll soon find out. But yeah, it's bit of a crazy race, this one, I think. But just looking what Skyfood can do in the number 11 Bentley Continental. Is he going to catch up to EW? Looks like there's a slow car, but whether that slow car's because EW's struggling, I don't really know, mate. It's 9 minutes to go. Just while we're looking, we'll go back towards Jomar. Jomar's still 4th, if anyone's wondering where he is. DC Joe currently, of course, in 5th. Stansland in 6th, catching DC Joe up quite a bit. Slow Wolf there in 7th. Joric Jr., of course, in 8th. Future Revenge in, of course, 9th. And then, of course, Silverbeard, aka Chris Allen, rounded up the field in 10th. But we'll go back to this battle for 2nd and 3rd. I think EW is going to probably be caught by Skyfood's Bentley as we go on to lap number 16. and it could be around 8 minutes to go. It could be very close to see what's going to happen. But I tell you what, fair play tonight has been probably close battles galore at the moment between the top three. I think the top three in this race were special. You know, I think, no word of a lie, race one was quite interesting, but obviously, you know, this race came alive with the likes of Lemos and EW having that battle, having a bit of moments, trading paint. But Skyfood's also done very well to get into the of course the groove. I don't know if that's Chris Allen's gone off at one of the corners there. He struggled a bit in the green monster. Hopefully he gets it going, but see what happens with round just coming up to 7 minutes to go. But it looks to me that Skyfood tries to catch up to EW as the Bentley gets closer to the Porsche's exhaust pipes. But could be interesting to see what James has to say after the race. As I say, I'm going to invite him to the comms box. I would invite everyone, but I can't really do that. But trying to see what James has to say about tonight's racing. As Lemos puts a lap on Chris Allen there, but EW might be struggling with the Porsche, but still pushing on for second place at the moment. But who knows what's going to happen between the likes of Skyfu and, of course, EW at the moment. Skyfu trying to push that Bentley up to the Porsche's exhaust tips because he's trying to get there as best as he can. But we'll soon find out how close it's going to get. But 6 minutes to go then. Just it's come up to 6 minutes to go in the last race of the evening. Seems to be a bit of a touch and go, but who knows what's going to happen. But still got the likes of EW and of course Skyfood trying to push on. It could be a very interesting filling end to their battle. He does, mate. He does. Yeah, he needs to get that good final corner. Yeah, that's what he needs to get to try and get up to EW. I think EW's literally trying to defend like mad, but you know the Bentley's come on strong. It's, you know, it's putting the might to the Porsches this evening. But you know, anything can happen, mate, as we know. You know, but as EW runs a bit wide there, that could allow Skyfood to get back up into the clutches of that Porsche. But at the moment, EW looks like he's either struggling or he's got a bit of dirt on his tyres now with just under 5 minutes to go. So anything, as I say, anything can really happen. And I can't really look back what's going on further back because as I say, anything can happen. DC Joe and of course Stanslander are having a bit of a battle, but the battle for second is also brewing quite nicely. So we've got 4.5 minutes to go. This could be another close end to the first sprint rounds of the season. Just remember, we do have 2 other sprints at Imola later on in the season. But Skyfu is getting close to EW at the moment. You can just see exactly that grey and yellow Bentley Continental GT are literally trying to catch up to that Porsche as best as he can. Just 4 minutes remaining then. We'll see what's going to happen. But it's almost close. Yeah, he does, mate. He gets good traction, definitely. You know, I have a feeling he's gonna try and push away now because he knows for a fact he can't now push to catch up to Lemos. Lemos is long gone. But you never know, mate. You never know. Anything can happen. These 3.5 minutes could end up being crucial for, of course, Skyfu. Skyfu needs to literally push on. It's going to be close to see how well it's going to go, but You got the likes of EW now. He's got the line, but a bit of a wiggle from the Bentley. But Lemos is there, just about to come up to the first corner, but EW literally on nose to tail. 3 minutes to go then in the last race of the evening. Oh, absolutely, mate. It's gonna be very weird between, you know, for basically fifth and sixth. I'll just give these guys a bit of an air time because they're getting closer. But you know, Stance is getting very close to, of course, DC Joe at the moment. It could be very close to see what's going to happen. But between the two Ferraris, you know, it's all or nothing with around just coming up to 2 minutes. So, but I really want to see what's happening between the Porsche and Bentley battle as well. There's two battles. It's hard to pick a battle, but CEW trying to get away from Skyfu at the moment. We'll soon find out. But we've got Stance and of course DC at the moment, literally trying to push on. It could be a Ferrari getting into fifth place against the other Ferrari, but Stance has definitely got him this time, unless DC closes the door. Just about closes and nearly chops the nose off the number 4 Ferrari there, but you can see how close it's getting at the moment. But I want to see what's happening between the battle of EW and Skyfu. Oh, it looks like looks like EW's lost a bit of control, bounced over the curb, and it's spanning round, unfortunately, which then tapped him into Skyfu. But Lemos is on to the final lap then. But looks like EW's now going to have to contend for third, as Stance has got through on DC, so you know, this could be another battle and a half going into the final lap. But looks like the likes of Jorick Jr. and of course Chris Allen 9th and 10th respectively, with Future Revenge of course in 8th at the moment. But fair play Skyfu in of course now 2nd. I think with EW just clipping that curb and having a bit of an issue, I don't think Skyfu meant to tip him round, but you know, it is one of them. But looking at what's going to happen then with the likes of Lemos, fair play, Lemos has made it 2 from 2 tonight. It's absolutely sensational this evening. Can't fault Lemos for making an absolute epic, I nearly said something else, but an epic night of racing for Lemos. Fair play to him. He has been unstoppable. 2 wins from 2. I think it was like, yeah, 2 pole positions. I tell you what, fair play to this guy. I tell you what, yeah, it looked like he did lose it on the curb, mate. I'm not saying anything, but fair play to Lemos to get another race victory in TNRL for season 6. That is 4 from 4 now for Lemos. No one can stop him at the moment. And then of course Skyfu, fair play, 2nd place in the Bentley. He will be chuffed to pieces with that. JMR, however, 3rd on the final lap, so he's onto the podium yet again. He'll be happy with that, no doubt. EW in 4th. Don't know exactly how close that was going to get, but I'll tell you what, Lemos has been on course for 4 out of 4 tonight. He has done very well. I'll tell you this for next to now. DC Joe, unfortunately, I don't know whether he's run out of fuel, whether he's having issues, but he's currently going through the last race. I don't know, unless he's run out of fuel. He's currently could be worse. He could be 8th, he could be 9th. He could be 9th at this rate. He's out of fuel by the looks of it. Oh, what a shame. Oh, mate, I think it is his strongest finish today. I agree. I'll be back in a minute. I'm just going to invite JMR to the comms box just to find out. And then I will be back in a minute just to find out exactly what's going on. So just give me 1 minute. I'll just get him in. But we'll see exactly what is going to happen thereabouts. But yeah, it looks like DC was out of fuel, mate. I don't know whether he's out of fuel or not, but what an absolute epic night of racing. But race 1 was like this: Lemos from JMR from Stance. So Stance actually got, Stance got third in race 1, which was quite interesting. Which, yeah, fuel. And then EW finished 5th in that race, and then he finished 4th in EW finished 4th in race 2. So there is a lot. So we'll see exactly what's going to happen in a minute. I'm just going to try and get JMR into the comms box just for a brief chat. Excuse me. Here he comes. If I can hear him.
Yeah, I can hear you.
Good man. What was going on, mate?
Not my races tonight. I mean, still podiums, but yeah. First race just wasn't very consistent at all. Got dropped by Lemos. I had similar pace to him, to be fair, but just every other lap making a small mistake. And then binned it in the second race. touched that inside curb one too many times, and it took me out.
Oh, mate.
So that was that, really.
It's a bit unfortunate, but you still finished on the podium though, mate. So that's somewhat. That's somewhat though.
I thought the racing standard was much better today as well. Much
it was a lot more better, and there's an interesting battle for the race lead between Lemos and of course EW in race number 2. I thought at first you were going to catch him up if they made a mistake.
I was pushing really hard.
And then you pushed far too hard and then put yourself in the barrier.
Exactly,
but, overall, it's not the easiest thing to do, but you're still on the podium. You're still on the podium, but you need to, between you and I think you need to push on. You need to stop Lemos from winning, mate. He's getting far too ahead now. He's going to be.
He's too quick.
He's too quick, mate.
In the rain, in fortnight's time, the rain might catch him out a few times.
Yeah.
That's what I'm hoping for, at least. I need to pray for a miracle, I think.
Yeah, it all depends if the rain's going to be at the start of the race or in between. We don't know exactly how the forecast is going to pan out.
I'm going to use the Spa setup that I used to win in last season, so hopefully it treats me well.
Yeah.
For that track.
But
yeah, good racing tonight.
It's been enjoyable, I must admit. It's been one of the closest race battles I've ever seen. I couldn't really focus on further back because the battle for race lead in race number 2. What on earth was all that?
Yeah, it was
mad.
Brilliant. I was trying to watch on the mini map and just up the road, but
and then you pushed too hard, which probably kind of damaged your car a bit. So
yeah, so I got touched by Skyfu when we were battling. into turn 4,
Yeah.
he hit me slightly in the rear because I was covering off a reply move, and then so that gave me about 2 seconds rear damage, and then I got about 5 seconds front damage from that. From that incident. So the car was just all over the place. Like, it would understeer really badly, and then low speed corners it would snap oversteer.
Yeah.
So I was trying to just keep it on the track basically for the last 15 minutes.
That's mad, isn't it? But you've done well to get back on the podium, though. To be fair.
Yeah, I think I got a bit lucky, but I had 3 warnings in that second race because the understeer was just so bad.
Anymore, you would have been going through for a drive-through, mate. You'd have been getting burgers and fries.
I was just coasting at home. Don't die, don't spin.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's
when I saw EW come way off the track and then rejoin in front of me, I thought, oh no, he's just going to get ahead of me. And he spun in front of me, and I was like, oh yes. The racing gods are looking kindly upon me.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was good tonight.
Yeah, it's been good. It's been enjoyable to commentate, and it's been one of them.
Hopefully
I think
get a few more drivers for Nürburgring.
I think we need a few more. I think we need quite a big grid because tonight's been a bit depleted, and but it's one of them. But the thing is, we're missing like the likes of Marmolotto, and
I know he went to watch the football, cheeky thing.
Oh well, we won't mention that on stream, but yes, mate, fair play to you, and you know, I hope the Nürburgring goes well. I think it depends when that rain decides to turn up. It's going to be may come in. Excuse me, may come in at the halfway stage, like it's known to happen because it has happened before, or it may be there for the whole duration. We don't know. But
it will certainly cause some chaos, that's for sure.
I will wish you all the best, mate, because
thank you very much.
Who knows what's going to happen, and fingers crossed you get that first win of the season.
Yeah,
because unfortunately, at the moment, trying to go back to back is the biggest task to try and do.
Yeah.
But
I've got to try and defend my title, haven't I?
You have. You need more gold on that car, mate. That's what you need.
All gold.
Yeah, you need to do that, mate.
Might give me some luck.
You never know. But yeah. We'll see what happens in 2 weeks' time, mate.
We'll see what happens.
Yes.
Fingers crossed.
You never know.
Never know.
But
awesome.
I'm going to wrap up stream now, I think.
Awesome. I'm going to watch that back and see what carnage unfolded.
But yeah.
See you in 2 weeks' time.
You will, mate, indeed.
Alright, awesome.
See you in a bit.
See you in a bit. Bye.
Ta-ra. So then, guys, that is the thoughts of JMR. Is he going to win at the Nürburgring in 2 weeks' time when it's going to be wet? Like I say, we don't know when the weather's going to come. But if he does win, it will be hopefully giving him a memento boost. But I'm looking forward to seeing what's going to happen. I don't care whether it's wet, warm, snow, cold, you name it. The only one way to find out is join us in 2 weeks' time when we go back for the other endurance race at the Nürburgring. And I've been Hoppers, Thursday Night Racing League. Enjoy your weekend, enjoy the rest of the week. And we'll see you in 2 weeks' time at the Nürburgring. Goodbye. Ta-ra.